How would you like to have a machine that could make anything you wanted? Sounds good, doesn't it? Now, it's already possible for people to create anything by using something called 3D printing. You might not see it besides your toaster or TV, but you will see it more and more, like at school, shops, hospital, and more other places. But first, let's talk about what is a 3D printing and how does printing allow us to make anything from nothing. First, we need to take a step back and look at how we normally make stuff. Basically, there are 4 ways we make things. The first way is called subtractive manufacturing. In subtracting manufacturing, we take a lump of materials like wood or metal or stone, and we cut away some parts of it to make the things we wanted. So, we remove or subtract just like we do in math. The materials we don't need to create something, and this could be carving a wooden chair from a tree or making a statue from some stone. The second way of making stuff is called forming. And here, we take a block of material and we apply our forces to change its shapes. My personal favorite of form object is wall lights and gourmet, made by shaping or forming plastics in. The third way we make things is called casting. And this is where you take a solid material, you make it into a liquid, and you pour it into a mold. And a nice example of casting, one of my favorite, is the way we made chocolate bunnies or chocolate bars. There's also a fourth way we make stuff, and this is called additive manufacturing. And this is where we have nothing to begin with, and you take our materials and you add it exactly where you want it until you have your final object. 3D printing is one type of additive manufacturing, and it's involved making an object by adding materials one tiny layer at a time. So, how do you do that? Well, it all started by making a drawing of the things you wanted on your computer. The computer then makes a special kinds of files which is sent to the 3D printer, and the 3D printer reads that file and print the object layer by layer to make the things you wanted. Sounds interesting, isn't it? But why would you want to do that? 3D printing can help people to make new shapes and new objects that were not previously possible. And all sorts of different materials can be used, like plastics or metals or food or even living cells that your body is made of. So, who uses 3D printers? Who cares about this? Engineers are using 3D printers to make parts of jet engines that are lighter and stronger to make airplanes and more efficient and use less fuel. Doctors are using 3D printers to make new hands, arms, and legs that are perfectly fit for the patients who need them. Even chefs are experimenting to make amazing new types of food that you just couldn't even imagine. And hospitals are using 3D printers to make new body parts for people, such as new bones to repair really bad fractures, perhaps to the face or the hands. And even using 3D printers to make objects from cartilage, the thing that your ear is made of, to make new ears for people who may have a bad accident one. One day, we may even be able to 3D print new organs inside your body like kidneys or livers using the patient's own cells in these printers. 3D printing is already changing the way we make stuff, and who knows what amazing things that you could make with 3D printer in the future.